Hello everybody, this is Freddy from Turn Vertical, and in today's video I want to go over the top 3 lessons that I learned from spending over $30 million on Facebook ads. And I would say without any further ado, let's get right into it. Number 1 is creative is king. The days are over where your campaign structure was a super important element for your success on Facebook. Your ad set setup doesn't matter. Your targeting does not matter. You don't even need to run lookalikes. None of this matters. The number 1 thing is the creative. That's why it's super important to have a consistent flow of creatives, to continuously test, to have an idea of how creative testing works. I have a separate video for that about creative testing. And all these kind of things, it's important to maybe have a creative director, to have somebody who knows about the ins and outs about Facebook, but also the ins and outs about performance creatives. Not necessarily the best looking creative is performing the best. This is why creative is the number 1 key factor for your CPA. So if you want to succeed on Facebook, put a high focus on continuous creative testing, iteration, learnings, and invest into great creatives. This would be my number 1 thing, my number 1 advice. The most important thing is the creative. Then number 2, focusing on the wrong metrics. I see this over and over again. Just a few metrics which I think are not really relevant. They are relevant to some extent, but the metric that is the most important if you're a D2C e-com brand, which I make these videos for because I am only doing D2C e-commerce, B2C, but basically the only metric that is important is the CPA. What is irrelevant is the CTR, the CPC, and the CPM. I will go over that in a separate video about why the CTR is irrelevant, but basically we have an optimized CPM, or Facebook has an optimized CPM environment. Basically each person is, costs basically a different amount of money to reach, because each Facebook knows who's more likely to purchase, who's more likely to react to your ads, etc. So each impression is costing you a different amount of money. And I would rather have, just super quick, I would rather have 0.5% CTR, $3 CPC, 100% conversion rate. I would take this all day over $10 CPCs with a 0.1% conversion rate. Super hard example, I know probably not gonna ever exist in reality, but just so you understand, the quality of the traffic is very much different on Facebook. And I would rather have a high quality click versus a low quality click. If you want clicks, run a traffic campaign, get $10 CPCs, and you will see that the cost per CPC does not really matter. Same goes for the CPM. CPM is more of a vanity metric because you simply can't control it. There are certain things which you need to pay attention for. For example, if your CPM shoots up, it might be that your advertisers go slow, or that people don't like your ad. For example, if your normal CPM is, let's say, $10 and then you launch a new ad and your CPM is $20 all of a sudden, that probably indicates to you, Facebook does not like this ad. That's why they want to show it to less people, or they want to make it more expensive for you to reach, a certain amount of people. And that's when it can definitely be worth to look at the CPM. But overall, you can't really control the CPM. Same goes for the CTR, but CTR is just CPR is just a metric. It's just a formula, basically, right? That's why I tend to not to look at these things. Same goes for stop rate, hold rate. All of these kind of metrics are nice, but if your CPA is not where you want it to be, then you're gonna end up losing anyways. I think these metrics are come more from maybe, for example, if you have ad one, $10 CPA, and if you drive it down to $5 CPM because you improve your landing page, because you improve your ad, then these go up. But this is more of improving your ad, and these might go up or down, but again, not really relevant at all if your CPA is high. Then number 3 is your success comes from outside of Facebook. And by that I mean that just because you have great Facebook ads, just because you have great creative, you focus on the right metric, it does not mean that you succeed with Facebook ads. Things like customer satisfaction, are people coming back, AOV, lifetime LTV, conversion rate, are people buying, do people like the offer that I have? For example, if you have a great ad, people are clicking and you think, okay, this ad should be crushing it, not because it's clickbaity, whatever, but because it's genuinely good ad. Nobody's buying. And your conversion rate is super low. then it probably is somewhat like of a mismatch between the ad, like the expectation that somebody had from the ad, versus like your landing page experience or your offer, right? It's super, like a most basic example, which probably also is not, you know, in reality most often, but just for you to understand, if you have an ad copy and you say free shipping, free express shipping, and you person clicks, they're interested because, you know, they like your product, they're interested in the free express shipping because maybe they need the product tomorrow. Then they go to the checkout page and they see, okay, free express shipping does not exist. They need to pay $10 for shipping. Then they're probably not going to purchase. And then you might bring, what's going on? You know, is my ad bad? No, there's like a mismatch between your ad and your landing page. So whenever you have like a low conversion rate, check between like a mismatch between LP, ad, expectation, offer, right? These would be things to look at. Then obviously profit margin. You need to have a good profit margin if you want to succeed on Facebook. Facebook is definitely still working in 2023. I think it's working better than in quite a while. Definitely working better than since 2021. And I have great success with it recently. But you need a good profit margin to succeed on Facebook, especially at scale. The next thing, systems, you know. For example, if you're continuously out of stock, the conversion rate drops continuously, then the algorithm will think, okay, your product is worse, they will maybe give you higher CPMs, maybe lower advertiser score. Maybe people have to wait long, then they get this, you know, question from Facebook, did you get your product yet? They're going to tick no, so your advertiser score drops even more. And then you might be writing, I'm getting high CPA and high CPMs. And, you know, why are you getting high CPMs and high CPAs? Essentially, it's because you're out of stock, right? Everything, even on your landing page, even on your website, Facebook knows that. Facebook is tracking that. So for example, if on one day you have like 5% conversion rate, the next day it drops to like 0% for 7 days steadily because you don't have stock. Facebook notices that and they will give you like a higher bid essentially in the auction. They will make it more expensive for you to reach people. That's why it's important to have good systems in place, not just for like, you know, having products and stuff, but also again for customer service, for, you know, getting the products out fast. Like all of these things from outside of Facebook, which you would never think have something to do with Facebook, they have a whole lot to do with Facebook ads. And yeah, these are like my 3 lessons from spending 30 million on Facebook ads. Again, creative is key. Well, creative is king. Focusing on the wrong metric. So basically, I could say focus on the right metric, and this is focusing on the right metric just means focusing on the CPA. And then your success comes from outside of Facebook. And yeah, these are my top 3 lessons. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.